Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to this 24th episode of Travel Updates with Tanvi Goel of AusIndia Travel. Tanvi, once again, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Umesh. Thank you, everyone. So, my goodness, 24th episode. It's really amazing to see such a great response from you all, and seeing a lot of questions as well, which we're going to go through today. So, before we go ahead, guys, once again, this information provided today in this episode is all general information only. As you know that rules and regulations and everything changed day by day, and it also depends individual to individual. So please go through all that as well, and I'll come with you with other updates as well soon.
And once again, thank you very much for that, Tanvi. And today's episode is very, very important one as well, especially with this snap three-day lockdown in Greater Brisbane, and of course, it's also affecting whole of Queensland. And it's not only from the lockdown date; it sort of relates to people who were in this Greater Brisbane area from the 20th. So it is a little bit complex to understand, but there are some key points that you will obviously be discussing in this point. But what's just happened lately, proves how important this segment is, your segment of travel updates, because there's so much that people need to know, and what can be done, what can't be done. So the importance is been highlighted with these current situations in there. So talking about all of that, and as you have mentioned, that what we discuss is of general information only, and people should inquire about their personal circumstances and of their personal trips and other things. As rules and regulations change, they could change overnight if there's another case or something like that. And of course, everyone's circumstances might be slightly different. So then, with that, what is the latest update for this week?
Umesh, guys, as Umesh also mentioned about the lockdown in Greater Brisbane, so please be very careful. At this day, it should be ending today on Thursday, but it might extend, further as well. So if you have any domestic flights or you are planning to travel anywhere in Queensland or around the area, please check with the airlines or the Australian Border Force, and just make sure that you are eligible to fly to that destination, or you might like to reschedule as well. And second, guys, and also there are so many things also happening all around Australia, also overseas. So next up is from the Victoria government. They have released another 50,000 more travel vouchers, and they are $200 regional travel vouchers, which will be redeemable anytime for the trips from 6 April till 31st of May. And they have already started day before yesterday, and to your surprise, there were so many people have got like 40,000 vouchers were gone within 15 minutes of a span, which was amazing. And as per the recent update, only 14,000 people have claimed that. That's around 35%. So this one is, guys, basically a stimulus scheme for around 200,000, and there were some scheme before that as well. If you know, we have gone through a lot more with you. And also, who can claim those vouchers? So those who are Victorian residents over 18 and who have spent minimum $400 on paid towards accommodation, experiences and attractions in the regional area, they can claim those vouchers. And next up is from the New South Wales. So there's another program launched in New South Wales. So far, you must have heard that these vouchers were for the dine, discover schemes and within the local tours, but we probably wouldn't heard for the accommodation. But this time, New South Wales has come up with the stimulus measures, not only for dine and discover, but they want to push the accommodation side as well. So up to 200,000 accommodation vouchers worth $100 each will be available to New South Wales resident as a part of 51.5 million economic package is being announced so far. So designed to encourage travelers back into the downtown Sydney, the vouchers will be located on a first by first serve basis and are expected to roll out from June onwards. So guys, look for that because it will be on first come first serve basis, as I just mentioned. And though there will be a lot of vouchers, $200, 200,000 vouchers, not less. But yeah, there are so many people looking for it, and you have to be stay tuned as well, because it's going to come out from June onwards. Next up is from Virgin Australia. So there are so many news, came up. So I'm going to tell you one by one. So first off, they just recently confirmed that there will be no complimentary food provided in economy class from last week onwards. And now guests will still receive the tea, coffee, water, but if you want the food, then you have to purchase from the exciting and fresh in-flight menu of Virgin Australia. And passenger with snack inclusive bookings who want to receive something to eat, you have to tell the crew before you board the flight, so they'll be able to assist you. Next, from Virgin Australia, they're also promoting the business class booking these days. So the business class passengers, you will have more access and more easiest and more inclusive options if you fly with Virgin Australia. And also Virgin Australia announced another inaugural flight from Melbourne to Ballina or Byron. Those who are in Brisbane know it's just 2-3 hours from south of Brisbane. But there'll be direct flights coming from Melbourne to Ballina or Byron Bay, and they are planning to have 6 weekly flights from to operate through 25th of April. In fact, Virgin Australia also mentioned that with the demand for the flights, they're actively reviewing the potential to extend them into the other holiday periods or other holiday destinations throughout the year. So you might see a lot more destinations coming up, the small ones. So you don't have to really come to the Gold Coast and don't go to Ballina or, fly long ways if you don't want to by road, but you'll have a lot more flight options. Next one is from Qantas. So Qantas also further, boosted expectation for a two-way travel bubble between Australia and New Zealand. Last week also, if you remember, we discussed about the New Zealand, that, the New Zealand Prime Minister is thinking to, give a next announcement on 6th of April. But Qantas is really very, very excited and very expected, and it's already started telling us their plan, which is quite exciting. So they're announcing unlimited flight reward redemption seat for the first 3 days of travel once that start date is confirmed. So once the details of the bubbles are confirmed, Qantas and Jetstar is adding significant lot of flights between Australia and New Zealand, and flying like to all the destinations where they were flying pre-COVID as well. So at this stage, they are thinking or planning that it's going to start from 19th of April. In fact, Air New Zealand has also put the schedules from 19th April onwards, and 5 flights between Sydney to Auckland. The Sydney to Auckland flights per day, at least there will be 1 flight or 5 flights a week. And they are planning to deploy the body Boeing 787 or 789 as well as A321. And those who are the Qantas Club members, there is an extension for you as well, that they have given you another 3 months of free, they have extended a 3 months more membership. So you can still have a lot more benefits, and after that they'll let you know how they are. And also Qantas has added some more regional networks, guys, like we told for Virgin Australia. You might be following listening from us in pretty much every week, that whenever one Qantas came up with something, then we have something from Virgin Australia as well. So we already told you about Virgin Australia. This is the time for Qantas. So Qantas has also added Mount Gambier to its regional network with direct flights from Adelaide and Melbourne to the SS cities, kicking off already from day 4 yesterday. Both routes will be operated 5 times a week using 50-seat Q300 Qantas links. And Qantas Link also deputed flights from Melbourne to Albury and Wagga Wagga. So there are so many exciting flights coming up. And also, guys, next up is Sydney Airport. So they have also announced a new agreement with the aviation technology specialist SITA, you probably heard of that before, to roll out common use services. So at Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 to start with. And the project will go on live this month, and they're going to enable lot of low touch airlines ready mobile passenger services, and as well as improve baggage experience for you all, and there'll be significant operations efficiency benefits for the airport. So existing fire facilities such as kiosks, backdrops, and will be used and repurposed as required to boost the efficiency, particularly at this time of economic uncertainty. So the airport has also implemented Sita bag message, which eliminates the need of multiple baggage system interfaces between airlines and airports. So you can see you'll be less touch and a lot more safety for all of us. So there are so many exciting things happening at this stage, guys. Next one, I have got a little update from Keynes. So Keynes-based Passion of Paradise has launched a new tour. They call it Citizen Science Tour, allowing experienced certified drivers to join conservationists and researchers in assessing the health of a Great Barrier Reef, which is really great news that our sea should be really healthy as well. And in this particular tour, they're planning to have a guide who can take up to 8 passengers in each program each Friday. So if you're planning to go to Keynes and you love exploring this particular tour, first of all, you have to book well in advance. Because they can only take 8 passengers at a time, and also make sure you have a Friday in between, because this tour can only happen on Fridays. So this is really exciting, and this fully exclusive tour, they call it Reef Tour or Eco Experience Tour, and their fare starting price is starting from around $400. So if you are keen in any of those, will be great. So, and also, guys, next one is from the Northern Territory. You might not heard many news from Northern Territory. I remember I told you maybe 2-3 weeks back, but this time they came up again. The Northern Territory government is investing around $1.25 million to promote the Central Australian packages in mate rates and incentive to reduce the cost of tourism experiences in the Alice Spring and Leicester regions, basically. So you might have some more cheaper options, and it will be definitely great for the people who are on the regional sites, so you can spend more and they get more benefits. So yeah, there is a lot more happening, guys. Next up is from IATA. So that's the International Air Transport Association, has released a new video explaining the capabilities and use of its IATA Travel Pass smartphone app. If you remember a couple of weeks back, I told you that they're planning to start some Travel Pass app, which will make everything very convenient and will feel a lot more safe. And they are trying to connect all the airlines in this particular app. So they are basically trying to add all airports, all airlines, so it becomes centralized. And this association is already testing the system, and with almost around 17 airlines around the world. And with any passport and COVID-19 test, vaccination information in the system only stored within a user mobile phone rather than a central database to avoid any privacy concerns. You should not have any privacy concern in this case, because this is the whole data is in the particular app is encrypted, so there is no privacy concern. So let's see this explanatory little video. So here it is.
COVID-19 is changing the way we travel. Health requirements like testing and vaccinations will have a greater impact on where and how we can fly. This is why we have developed IATA Travel Pass, a one-stop shop to securely and conveniently let you verify that you meet COVID-19 health requirements for your journey. The app is simple and easy to use. First, it enables you to create a secure digital version of your passport on your mobile phone, which will link your COVID test or proof of vaccination and travel information to your verified identity. You can then add your flight details. The app will automatically let you know what travel and health requirements are needed for your destination. This information is supplied by Thematic, the industry's most trusted source for global travel regulations. If you need a test, it will provide you with a list of verified health centers near your point of departure. There, your digital ID will be confirmed using your physical passport, which will allow the lab to securely send test results to your mobile device. Once governments issue digital vaccine certificates, you'll be able to upload yours to the app. If you meet the health requirements for your trip, you will receive an OK to travel notification. And with that, you're ready to fly. You can check in from home, sharing your status with the airline or border authorities before travel, or by showing it throughout your journey. All your data will be encrypted and saved on your phone, which means it will not be stored on a central database, and nobody but you can access it. app's digital ID function will also pave the way for a future where travel is even more contactless. And IATA Travel Pass can act as your digital passport. It is a secure and user-friendly solution that travelers, airlines, and governments can trust, either on its own or incorporated by airlines into their own app. IATA Travel Pass gives you certainty in an uncertain world, so you can once again be reunited with family and friends, attend that important business meeting, or take a much-needed holiday and reconnect with the world and all it has to offer.
So here it is, guys. So uncertainty in an uncertain world. Then once it opens up, definitely recommend it. Everyone must use it. So next up, guys, from British, we know there are some people who watch us from British, or we have a lot of Australian friends as well who are still in British. So we thought to just share with you this news as well. So British flying warning for holidaymakers who depart Great Britain without authority can be fined a whopping around 5,000 British pound under new legislation set to voted in the UK Parliament this week. So please be very, very careful with that. And that's this ban is there until at least 17th of May. Next up is from Qatar Airways. So they will offer passengers digital access to over 6,000 global magazine and newspaper titles under a new partnership with Press Reader. So content will be accessible via QR OX1 in Flight Entertainment app. So yeah, if you want to have more news and things, especially from Qatar Airways, you can always go and check out their app and their website. Next up is from Japan Airlines. They have announced a new agreement with Uber to offer a selected services via airline smartphone app. So they're going to affect it from today. That's 1st of April. The Uber icon you can see in Japan Airlines app, and also allowing packs to request the Uber rides from the airport arrival, also the food delivery services if you're going for quarantine or wherever you're going. So there are a lot more benefits added to with the Japan Airlines. Initially, the platform will be valid for Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka, and nearby places, also in North America and Hawaii. And after that, they're planning to add some more places as per their network. And last but not least, there is another news from Phuket, guys. So authorities in Thailand have confirmed that Phuket will be the first destination in the country to welcome the vaccinated travelers. So no quarantine will be required for visitors who have arrived by the air at Phuket International Airport after 1st of July. And having previously been inoculated against the COVID-19. So there are so many countries opening up and encouraging everyone to have a vaccination. So if you have not taken yet, I think you might like to think of that as well, because in certain places in Europe as well, though the third wave came up and things are kind of calm at this stage, but in future definitely there are some countries are preparing or planning or increasing those who have got their vaccines. So these are the updates at this stage, Meshi.
And that's wonderful. I really like that what after the travel have put out for that tracing and that digital certificate, because I think any work that's done in that area and then opening up the travel, whoever is safe and clear can travel. Simple as that. I think that's what was needed from long time back. I think that is a move in the right direction. I think that's the future, as you said before, that certainty in the time of uncertainty. So okay. So moving forward, so right here from Brisbane. So what are our flight options from Brisbane at this point in time?
So Meiji, we have flights pretty much 2 to 3 flights a week. So if someone needs to fly urgently, guys, we have a flight on Thursdays, and Fridays we have the one which is going with one stop. But if you need to fly urgently, then we can always connect you via Sydney or Melbourne Emirates flights, or if you want to fly in any of the charters, I got 10th of April, 15th of April, 22nd April, 29th April, till 29th of May. So there are quite a few charters available at this stage, and Emirates is really doing fine. So if you need any of those, you can always give us a call and we can connect you.
It's once again very wonderful news that we are able to fly at this point in time, and especially out of Brisbane here as well. So looking at Sydney, as we know that Sydney has identified Queensland as a hotspot as well. So what are the options from Sydney at this point in time?
So Macy, the next charter from Sydney is on 17th of April, and we have 24th of April as well. But guys, if you want to fly before or after, we have Emirates flights for you pretty much on Thursdays or Saturdays, and there are some more days as well if you prefer to take 2 stops. But yes, there are plenty of flights from Sydney as well at this stage.
There's plenty of flights. There's not a problem with that. And of course, lucky Melbourne for the next stop. So what's happening there?
So lucky Melbourne, you got the maximum charters at this stage. So there are like 6-7 charters already scheduled from Melbourne, and that's the only state or the only city around Australia where there are maximum charters. So 10th of April, 15th of April, 22nd of April up till 29th of May. So let's say from now, after 10 days, we have pretty much every week till whole May. And also, if you want to fly in Emirates flights, especially if you're going to Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, or Little Chance, or if you want to go on urgent basis on a particular days, we can always get you Emirates flights from there.
Okay, so that's Melbourne done, and now we're going to South Australia. What's happening with Adelaide, the flight status from Adelaide, please?
So from Adelaide as well, Umesh, we have connected all the Sydney or Melbourne charters from there. So if someone needs to go on those charters from 10th April to 29th of May, and if people want to go on Emirates flights, we have a plenty of Emirates flights from there, though they are like 16-17 hours hold, and people from Adelaide, they have to travel a little bit longer. But if someone needs to fly in urgency, they have plenty of options from Adelaide as well.
Okay, so that is wonderful news as well, that they have options even though the flights might be a little bit longer. Okay, now Western Australia, good old Perth. What's happening there?
Perth is same like Adelaide as well. So from Perth, if people want charter or more reliable options, they might think of charters from 10th April, 15th April till 29th of May. We are again connecting the same flights from Perth as well. And if they want to go in Emirates, we can connect you in any of Emirates flights as well, guys. You have pretty much 2 to 3 flights a week from Perth as well.
Now, last but not the least, we will also look at flights from India to Australia, because we have seen so much, and you would have seen because you have those groups of people stuck here and there, and there's been so much discussion about people who are stuck there and who want to come here. So what's the update from flights from India to Australia?
Okay, so before I tell you the flights, guys, I would also like to tell you that what are the options, because I receive call every single day, many people asking the same, so I thought I'll touch base here again. So basically, guys, there are 3 options. Number 1, you have to register with DFAT. So DFAT will give you updates about all the flights, and mainly these are the government operated flights, Qantas in India, where you have to book yourself or they will shortlist and call you. That's number 1. So that's a government operated flight. Number 2 is the private charter flights. Private charters at this stage are coming, the Garuda Indonesian private charter. So for example, right now, 15th April is available. And number 2, and another private charter is a Malaysian Airlines charter, that's on 23rd of April. Number 3, so third option is people coming from different countries. There are some reliable options on that as well. So you might opt to any of those options. So flight wise, you have 15th of April, I think only business class available in this one. 23rd of April, there's a 26th April option, which is coming Delhi to Brisbane. All other flights are mainly coming from Delhi or Chennai to Adelaide or Darwin, or there is one flight coming to Perth as well, and also on 30th of April and 20th of May. Just remember, guys, one thing, that these flights just released this morning or yesterday, but if you need those flights, you have to be very quick, because sometimes these flights are sold out in a couple of hours or in a couple of days. So, but there are plenty of options, though these flights are expensive. Remember that, because the costing wise, they are starting from $3,000 up to $4,500. That I'm talking about economy price. Because not every flight is destination to destination. For example, if you are flying from Ahmedabad to Melbourne, then you have to take 2 domestic flights as well. Hence, your price increases. And if you're looking for business class, then your flight fare would go maybe anywhere $5,000 to $6,000-7,000. But there are options which you can take, so you don't have to get stuck in India at this stage.
taking into account that we are just coming out of the 3-day lockdown here in Brisbane and Greater Brisbane. So what would be your travel tips for this time?
Umesh, very first thing I would tell everyone, please check all the rules and regulations. You might be listening every single week, guys, from last 24 weeks that I'm telling you, please check that because that's very, very important. I get to hear every few days from people that they have not checked the recent updates. We always try to inform everyone. We send them email, we give you a call, but still you have to keep yourself updated as well in case there is anything required. And also there might be an entry pass introduced last minute, or maybe there's a bit of change in flight. So please, if you are flying domestically, especially check your flight, check whether there is entry pass required. It is very, very important. Other tip I want to tell you guys, at this stage, probably try and avoid the online websites, because I saw many people, they just see, you just Google it and whatever they find, because majority of all airlines are putting their schedules online, but that does not mean that they are operating. At this stage, only Emirates are operating if you talk about Australia to India. And maybe Garuda Indonesia chart is available on 7th of May, and also Emirates is operating. There is nothing else going at this stage. So please be very careful. Try and avoid doing online. At least ask some professional around you. They can tell you whether that flight is operating or not, because there is no point in stucking your money there or keep asking for refunds and all. So that's very, very important. Next one up is your self-declaration form. Just want to remind you all once again that at this stage, if you're departing from Australia to India, you would need a physical copy of your self-declaration form, which we always attach and send it to you, and also your COVID test report. Remember, it has to be a proper report from your GP or wherever you have done your test. It doesn't have to be a text message. You take the printout. That one is not valid. So your 2 copies of your self-declaration or self-reporting form in physical format, and also your COVID test is very, very important at this stage. If you're planning to fly with any infant or aged people, right now no one is exempted from that. So even your child is 2 months or 1 month, you still have to get their test done, unfortunately, but it is very, very important, because otherwise airlines won't let you go from here. And please remember, you need to have a face mask. That is very, very important, because they won't let you enter airport. We still keep listening the same stories every few days that someone forgot. In fact, from Brisbane especially, right now it's lockdown. So you can't go without mask anywhere, even outside your house. But not only Brisbane, if you're flying from anywhere, going to airport, mask is very, very important. And the COVID test, guys, needs to be done 72 hours before your international flight, because many of you, especially those who are flying from Perth or Adelaide or even from Brisbane, are connecting, our domestic flight from different cities. Please don't get confused, because this is a very, very frequent asked questions, and this question we touch base every single week. Still you get confused. Please don't worry about that. Just think of 72 hours before your departure time, before your international flight, and you won't get confused in that. So guys, if you have any more questions, these are the main tips. You can send us expression of interest as well. If there is a particular date or you want to fly after May, we'll keep that in record and try to, speak to the private charters and the flights or airlines to check that there should be availability when you need to go. And if you have registered with the DFAT, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, please do so. And if you liked our episode, please share with all your family and friends, and let us know if there is any question, any more clarification, any more doubts you have, and we are happy to sort that for you. So we have 23 more episodes on Australian Indian Radio, Brisbane Indian Times, Gentex Media, AusIndia Travel, all social media channels on YouTube, on Facebook, and everywhere. You can go through those as well, and happily and kindly, Umesh has separated them as well now, so you can easily check those. And just tell your friends and let us know how you go. And one more time, I would like to tell you, doesn't matter, guys, who have booked with us or not. If you have any question, any queries, you can always contact us. So you can message or call us on 040-440-3264. You can jump on our website, which is www.ausindiatravel.com.au. In fact, on our website, we have a callback option as well. We have a submit your inquiry option as well. And you can jump on our Facebook, and you will find pretty much me everywhere and every day. So I hope this episode was helpful and works for you. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to message us. And I hope you all are safe and sound wherever you are, and happy happy Easter, guys. I forgot to tell you that. So even at home, just enjoy. Doesn't matter what's happening around. This is the best time for us to spend time with our family. And I hope you all have a fantastic Easter ahead.
And thank you very much for that, and wishing you and all the listeners all the best for Easter, the 4 days, and make sure that you enjoy, but also remain safe. Don't forget those safety rules and regulations. And Tanvi, by the way, today is April Fool's Day as well. I hope no
Today
one.
what?
Today is April Fool's Day as well, so I hope no one got you.
My goodness, but I'm not fooling anyone, Misty. I wanted to fool you, but that's all right. Some other time.
Another time, another place. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been a wonderful segment, a very timely segment, because there's so much happening. We want to Easter, today's April Fool, and we are in 3 days lockdown, and people are wishing to travel and trying to find out. So Tanvi, once again, thank you so much for providing that very, very valuable and much needed information for the community. Thank you very much. Wonderful to see you, and everyone, have a safe and happy Easter.
Thank you, Misty. Happy Easter, everyone. Stay safe.